So I'd just like you to sit quietly and close your eyes, and I'll just take you through this experiential. I want you to think about some people that you've met in the past week or so. It doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be, whatever comes to your mind, just somebody that maybe you've had some difficulty with someone in the past month or even the past year. Think about that interaction and really slow it down and become aware of the thoughts that were in your mind before you met up with them. The thoughts that were in your mind when you were with them, and the thoughts that were in your mind afterwards. I want you to just notice, if you can, become really aware if you had any fear when you were going to meet this person. It would have to come from the past. Think about you being with them, talking with them. And just notice the fear in your mind, the judgments that you have about them and about yourself when you're with them. And then notice when you leave them, what thoughts come in as well. All you need to do is become aware that when you met them, you were using the past. That's all you have to notice, that you have a past with that person and that you use the past to meet them. You use the past before you met them, you use the past while you were with them, and you use the past afterwards. You would have been judging them, comparing, maybe guilt was there. You would have judged things they said, things they did. Not to make yourself bad or guilty for any of this, you just want to be like a drone above the battleground. Imagine yourself like a little drone, watching yourself, meeting them, watching the thoughts that were going through your mind. But what you really need to get in touch with is how it was the past. And you might notice, this is something that I noticed over time, was there was particular, especially family members like sisters and brothers, I would fall into some type of different behaviour when I was with each of them. I had like this particular way I was from past. I'd notice these habits. I would change with different people. My older sister, I would fall back into being the younger sister. My younger sister, I would change, I would be different with her. You're all based on past. Friends, based on what they like to do, what they would like to talk about. I would change. Also, I had embedded, deeply grained conditional thinking about each person. It would always be based on judgments and the past. I would be saying they're like this. Just notice how you think you know what they're like. Just notice your patterns. Now I want you to imagine when you're meeting this, especially a person that you seem to have a lot of grievances or guilt, or there's something about them that you don't like. Imagine yourself with a veil over your face. And when you've met that brother, you can't see him. It's a veil. It's not completely blocking out the sight of him. But if you can imagine, it's like you can only see 50% of him. And I'm talking now as a metaphor, as eyesight, seeing him. But imagine if you're wearing a veil over your face and you're trying to talk to your brother, but you can't see him properly because the veil is between you and him. The veil stops you from really seeing him. This is an analogy that Jesus uses about the veil, but it's really our past that colours our mind from seeing our brother truly. So, sometimes it's nice to think about, how if we did have a veil over our face, hey, we couldn't really see our brother. And we might be moving our head around, trying to see him, but we can't. Now think about this person that you have a difficult past with. Would it be possible for you to meet this person without the past, without the veil? What if your past got erased from your mind and you couldn't remember anything about this person? What if you were to meet him and you knew nothing about him or her? Just imagine meeting them and the past was gone. What Jesus gets us to do is go one step further, 2 steps to release the past, so you get to empty of the past, and then true vision can come in. You see your brother through holiness. The holiness, you can't see your brother through the holy mind unless you drop the past. You have to be really willing to say, I want to drop the past, or else I keep myself in hell. I keep myself in an delusion, in an insane, in my insanity. So we find the present which is just a clear view, empty of the past. That is the present. So the present is like a portal in our mind that is free of all past associations. So I want you to now consider both these situations that you've thought about. One, where you've brought the past with you, with this particular person, and the experience you've had where you've brought the past with you, and then the other experience where you've let the past go. You might just see yourself with a big smile on your face when you've let the past go. You might just sort of see your arms going out, just saying, oh, it's just so lovely to meet you, so lovely to see you. So you might feel yourself opening up a bit. Just feel this, because without the past, without even, you know, we're talking about not only our conditioned egoic personal stuff, but all the stuff the world believes. You know, if you're a Muslim, you would hate Westerners. If you're a Westerner, you would be brainwashed into hating Muslims, because this is the fear. Everyone's fearing each other. Whatever you know, we're brainwashed by the world's views, by all the egos getting together and deciding, and in our in all these different groups, whatever we listen to, wherever we are, whatever our family, our friends, our teachers, our school, our culture, our society, our country, all things that they really have no reality, because a country is an invisible boundary that keeps particular bodies together, and it says this is ours, you know. So it's the mind that's created the boundary. There's no boundaries anywhere. So you can maybe look at your own personal conditioning past that you bring, and then you might find that the media has conditioned you as well about certain cultures, about certain skin colours, body shapes, clothing that people wear, hairstyles, all that sort of stuff. We've got to notice that that's all conditioning us, and we have to go beyond all of that to meet every brother without a past. So this is the practice that we do. So if you could have that experience of meeting someone that you've had some issues with, even just this one person that we did now, and feel, if I met them without a past, how would it feel? You can see the contrast. So the teaching of the Holy Spirit is by contrasting it. That's how he teaches us. He gets us to look. So when you're quietly sitting at home and you've got some issue coming up, you bring that issue up to the Holy Spirit and you say, Holy Spirit, today I met somebody and I had this past conditioning from somewhere. You don't even have to really know where it is from. Just say, I seem to have this judgment on this type of people or this type of clothing that some people wear, and I feel I can't speak to them. I feel scared of them. I feel guilty about them, or whatever. And just let all that past go and just come empty of past and just meet your brother in the present. So the present is without the past, meeting with an empty mind, empty of past. So the contrast between those two is the teaching. First of all, I see how I meet my brother with my ego past, And then I meet him with emptiness. Now we're going to go a bit further this afternoon. We're going to actually, we've dropped the past, but then we're going to bring in the holiness of them. So we're going to look beyond everything and we're going to meet holiness. We're going to meet the holy self within them.